Hello everybody, my name is Brian Locke and welcome to Making Mondays. I am stuck in the upside down, I sure am. Leo, it's going pretty good. How's it going with you? Yeah, so that's my silly little intro that is incredibly heavily inspired by Stranger Things on Netflix. I had a week off there recently enough and I binge watched it all. I thought it was pretty good. Um, Good morning, Unexpected Maker. Or good evening to the rest of us, or good nights even though good night is kind of a goodbye. Um, yeah, so welcome to Making Monday, as I call it. So stream at this time every Monday on Twitch and we normally cover a range of different topics, and we've got an interesting one today. Yeah, I saw the majority of Unexpected Maker's video. It's really good. I recommend checking it out if you haven't. I'm pretty sure Sion won't be super happy with it being shared around in terms of like, I'm sure it's kind of a, and that's the Twitter short link for it. Sure, it's kind
Hey
of a
everyone.
weird topic to be shared around, but yeah, it's a really good video. Uh, I would uh, I would second the sentiment in it a good bit. Well, it's not gonna all be about you, Unexpected Maker or Sion, but we have this LED matrix panel, which is quite like a stream you did recently enough, so it will be a little bit about you. Yeah. Caught on a glitch, had to re-click your profile. I have no idea what that means, but good evening, Dave, and hello, Blueprint 3D. Good evening to you. How's it going? Yeah, so I think I first saw these panels. I came across them on AliExpress, but I never bought them. But then I saw Sion get one and play around with it on his live stream, and I was super impressed, and I decided I wanted to get one. And I actually bought this off Amazon or Amazon.co.uk rather than AliExpress because it was around the same price. Um, it was around the same price as I would have had to pay for AliExpress, and you know it'd come way faster. Now, one thing I can't fully remember Sion's, but like one thing that's different than a lot of them is the LEDs are quite small compared to other ones I've seen. Let me grab the link that I bought it from. And I'm sure somebody can tell me what makes it be the small one. There's a P something number, so my one is P3, and I guess that has something to do with it. So let me just grab the link for that and throw it in the chat. Just be aware it is an affiliate link, so if you buy it, I get a few cents. Yeah, so I'm guessing that the P3 is something to do with the pixel size. I don't know exactly what that means now. 3mm is the pitch between LEDs. See, this is why I live stream, so people can tell me stuff. Screen share and me. So let's get rid of the desk monitor. So yeah, this is the one I got. Like 18 pound isn't too bad at all. Like, it's around $20 on AliExpress. So £18 is a tiny bit more expensive than that, but like I had it in 5 days or whatever, rather than the 2 months that AliExpress is currently taking me. So yeah. For these displays, you can get them in square sizes as well. But I guess you need the resolution. So this one is a 64 by 32. So if we bring back in Logitech desk, so there's 64 across the top and 32 down the bottom. So yeah, I'm interested to see how it works out. So what came in the box as well was that screen and also these wires here. So one is like a move to desk plus me. No, they take up to 6 amps, but at like lower voltage, right? Like 5 volts, which is, you know, if we use our P is equal to IV thing. Actually, what power supply do I need for this? Is it 12 volts or 5 volts? I have either, so that's not a problem. Working voltage, AC at 220. Oh, I need mains, do I? Really? That'll be a bit of fun. So I need to hook this up to mains. Wow. I did not know that. That'll be a bit of crack. No, to do that safely, it will be interesting. I don't think I watched all of your stream, maybe, CM. But mine is not mains. Yeah, I really doubt mine is mains either. Just judging by these wires. But like, if I look at the Amazon link, it says like its working voltage is 200 and working voltage is AC. Let's see all my recommendations. AC 100. Like that is not right. Like there's not anything that even remotely looks like it could handle mains on this thing. So what voltage is it? That would be a big help. So what is this? A P364 by 32. So yeah, here's the exact same looking one. And although it says it's outdoor, I don't know whether mine is outdoor. And like that would have cost me $25 delivered. Now I'm sure there's cheaper ones than that, but yeah, I think so. That can't be right for sure. Like, yeah, it's 5 volts. Switching power supply 40 amps. Nice. I have 2 power supplies. Yeah, I think you're right, Hassiter. I have 2 power supplies that I can use. I have this one here, which is a nice big 15 amp one, 5 volts of 15 amps. And then I have this one here, which I would prefer to use, and it is 8 amps. So I think it should be okay. Yeah, so the 8 amp one should cover me, and I'd prefer to use this because that means I don't need to play around with mains voltage on a live stream, which I feel like would end me up on Live Leak or something. So yeah, one of the other reasons I currently don't really like playing with mains is because the kind of switches and stuff you need for mains, like I have some, that's not the problem. Just 1 second. Hey, I giggles. Like this sort of thing would be perfect for, you know, mains, because you can put a fuse in it, and you know, you put in your standard kettle lead and it has a switch. All that's great, but it really you should be using crimped connections to connect to this. So I don't think this is the right size one. Actually, it is, but this is just one I got from an old soldering iron. Because like the amount of heat it would require to heat up these things is pretty high, so you'd melt the plastic that they're connected to, before you'd actually melt the solder. Good evening. I know you said your name and it was easy to like it was just a regular name, but would you mind saying it again? You can evag. I forget what you said it was. Yeah, so like ideally you'd have a crimper, and I don't have one, so that's something I need to add to my to-do list. But yeah, the next thing I want to show you. So yeah, we're gonna use 5 volts anyways, and not blow up our my house apparently. So this is the let's get rid of the Logitech desk. This is the library that I'm going to use. I'll link to it here. PX Matrix. Gavin. Ah, yes. Yeah, thanks. I'll remember that for next time. Yeah, so this is the library that we're going to use. I haven't tried it at all. I haven't plugged this in, as you can probably guess, seeing as I didn't know what power it used. Actually, the other thing that was in the cases, or the package, let's just finish that off while we're here. So this is the power supply cable. So there's our positive or negative, and then there's 2 connectors out of this. So I guess this is made for powering 2 boards at the one time, I guess. Yeah, so that's fine. We'll look after that. And then the other thing, which I thought was kind of interesting, is there's little magnet feet. So there's little magnets in them. These seem to be opposing each other. Little screws. So you can screw them in the back there, and then I guess you could stick that up on something. Yeah. Yeah, so well, hold off judgment, Greg, till till the end of this live stream, and we'll see how it goes. But this library seems great. Well, as I said, I haven't used it yet, but the documentation on it is really solid. So it says they can be used for all these different displays or whatever. I don't think it supports chaining them together. I'm not 100% sure. Basically because they do this special kind of cabling where they're chaining the input and the output pins together. I didn't get a great look to see exactly why that is. So you can see here, you know, I don't know if I've cables that long, so I might need to hook it up, or I might need to like make up my own cables. So I'll see if I have ones long enough. What was that? Would be nice to make a diffusion thing. Yeah, it would. Yeah, so if it goes okay, like I might get something laser cut up or something to fit around this. We'll see what it's like anyways, because yeah, it looks like it'll be cool. So I'm just going to be following the wiring diagram here. So like it calls out the different pins that for the D1 Mini. Yeah, so Sion wasn't able to get it working because the way he had it wired up, it required too many pins. But this one is set up for that. So yeah, I thought it'd be kind of cool originally. Before I started looking too much into it, I thought it'd be cool to make like a board. Like these are 8 pins wide each, so these are the ones that came with the Wemos D1 Mini. So like they fit into the pins there. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to make a board that yeah, you catch my drift anyways, that you put there, and like it had a Wemos connected underneath it like that, and you know, it'd be pretty nice and neat. And even that these legs kind of stick out past what what your board would. So like it would actually be a kind of neat solution, but you have to connect over to here too, so it'd have to be, and the power supply is in the way, so it'd have to be kind of long. I don't know exactly how you do that, but it's probably not worth getting a board just for that now. But yeah, sure, we'll hook it up with a breadboard and see how we get on. Okay. 1 second there, I'll get myself a breadboard. Yeah, so Gavin, I'll post the link in the chat again for the panel. I actually bought it off Amazon. I think you're in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. Like, so it was pretty quick. It was £18, and you know, it got here pretty quickly, so it's pretty handy. I'm gonna use a white breadboard today. This is one from Robodin as well. It's not as good as the see-through ones, especially this especially the fact that it's curved like this, but yeah, it'll do. So let us, you know, I could use a motor shield for the, that might actually be easier if I use the motor shield for the Node MCU board. That might be a little bit easier. 1 second. Absolutely no worries at all about the chat. Like, as I say, like, we're here to chat, so once you're being friendly in the chat and not talking absolute rubbish that you're just polluting the screen with stuff, I really don't mind. Like, there's the level of chat there is at the moment definitely is fine. Oh, 1 more second, I need to get our female to female jumpers. Ooh, I actually have some long female to female jumpers, so okay, so I guess let's worry about hooking up the 2 things beside each other first. So I'm going to use this motor shield, right? This one is actually broken, or at least I think it's broken. The motor shield part of it, but the actual pins of it's working fine. So this is a Node MCU V1 board, so it's the smaller of the 2. I have the bigger one. I'll put it away. Yeah, but like all the pins are broken out here. So it makes it pretty easy to connect up to, you know, as in it'll make a nice solid connection with the female to female wires, and yeah, we don't have to worry about the breadboard then. Yeah, I'm wondering if I'm putting 5 volts into this, does it get 5 volts back out from there? I guess it doesn't matter once the grounds are common anyways. So yeah, does it matter? Would you prefer I kept this screen big or made it smaller, like here, and showed the GitHub page that I'm wiring it off? I'm happy to do whichever you would prefer. I'll take this moment to take a drink. I'm all about diplomacy today. I had a vote on Twitter to see did we want to work on this or work on the alarm clock, and it was a close one, but this one won by one vote. There was only one vote. It was Michael. Yeah. So while ye are making up your mind, I might keep going. So put in and put out. So let's see. Show me the wiring diagram. So is this the wiring diagram? No, I'm thinking it would work well with one of my like API libraries, like a YouTube counter or something. It would make a really nice YouTube counter, and like yeah, I guess this is going to be a problem. I was going to say, like, you know, if you work it out with this, you could literally do whatever you wanted in terms of, or sorry, it would be a non-solder project for other people, but I think this is going to be an issue. But yeah. Okay, so it's saying to connect these different ones. So R2 goes to R1 of out. So let's there is 6 different wires, so let's pull off 6. I guess, Dave, though, you do need to allow for worst case scenarios. But yeah, it is unlikely that I would make these. How did I do that? I didn't pull off enough wires. It is unlikely that I'll ever make these all white or whatever, but like for the price difference between like a 4 amp power supply and, you know, like an 8 amp power supply, I'd probably just get the 8 amp to be safe. And also I would be weary of the ratings on these power supplies too. You know, as in, is a 4 amp really a 4 amp, and is my 8 amp really an 8 amp? I would question that. So let's try to get you in a little bit closer here. I think that's generally focused. A little bit of wobble. Let's see if I can get you a little bit more focused. That looks not too bad. Yeah, if we have time, we can try measure that, Dave. We can put a multimeter in series with it. Series. Yes. Okay, so it says, let's just take a quick look at the screen share. It says here that I need to connect the following: R2 to R1, G1 to R2, G2 to G1, B1 to G2, B2 to B1. And I assume that these are, so the one that's marked GD1 is the one that's G1 down here. So let's see how that goes. Actually, before I do anything, I just want to double check that I have the polarity right, or the direction right. So like the bottom right pin here should be ground. So they should be, you know, common with each other or whatever. So just don't want to make some expensive mistake. The ESP8266 can have a lot of code in it. I don't know. I don't think I've actually ran out of code space. I've ran out of memory on an ESP8266 loads of times, because stuff like the making HTTPS requests is pretty heavy on memory, but I've never ran out of code space. Oh, oops. actually dropped this recently, so well, I didn't drop it, my daughter did, so I don't know if it's broken or not. No, it's working alright, so I'm just going to touch these two off each other. Seem to be okay, so that seems to be working. Doesn't seem like any of these pins here are actually voltage ones, so yeah, looks like I'll have to power up the ESP8266 separately. That's fine. Okay, so I'm happy enough that we're orientating it the right way, so let's get to it. So first one, R2, which seems to be this chap here, the third one down on the left. Are these wires long enough? Yep. R2 connects to R1, which is the top left one. So R2, third one down, connects to the top left one. Okay. G1, which is the top right one, by the looks of things, is connected to R2. So I suppose it's stuff like this you could probably do a little bit easier with a board or whatever. So that's G1 is connected to R2. I don't know if I do need one. Like the most I ever use my multimeter for is this, like maybe measuring a little bit of kind of low voltage stuff, and I use it for the continuity checker. But other than that, I don't really use it that much. Michael, I don't think I make use out of an expensive one. Like up to this, I was using one that I've had for years. This guy here, and to be honest, it works fine. It still works okay. So it wouldn't be too high on my purchase list, anyways. So that's G1 to R2. G2 seems to be the third one down on the right. So yellow is my next available pin or wire. So, yeah, actually that's probably a better view for you. I can spin it around this side then. Yeah, that makes much more sense. So G2 is connected to G1. So yellow goes top right here, and now it's bottom right, I guess, seeing as we've changed orientation. Let's give ourselves a little bit more slack here with these wires. Same on this side. Okay, so let's go back here. B1 is this one here, the second one in on the bottom as you look at it now. B1 is connected to G2, which is the third one in here on the bottom as you look at it. Okay. B1 to G2. What have I done wrong here? Let's go back, because I've two wires left over and I feel like I don't have two wires left of stuff to do. So I've skipped one. Have I done G2 to G1? I have. Okay, R2 I have connected up. G1 I have connected up. G2 2 I have connected up. Oh, I just misread it. I have one too many wires. There's only 5 to connect up. That makes more sense. Okay, B2 on the... no, I don't have any labels on my board, unfortunately, and I feel like I've made a mistake already. So I have one connected into the one here, the third one down. That's wrong. The one here, isn't it? Or 2. No, R2 is fine. Okay, it's this one here. I'm gonna double check them all afterwards. I'm not sure. I'll check that afterwards, Michael. B2 to B1. So B1 is this one in between here. Probably should have done him first. So this is fun. Come on, push in. I think that's it. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty solid. Now, depending on my actual display, how do I find that out? Ah, you're right. So mine doesn't have any markings to which is which. There's extra ground here though, is there? Ground. No, ground is in the same spot, so I can't use that to mark it off for me. Check your cabling with a multimeter. I don't know how I can check this. My board definitely has no markings on it. Well, it has loads of markings, but it doesn't mark the pins anywhere. So I guess if they're not power pins, like how bad could they be? You couldn't mess up too much. Like they're not ground or anything. It seems to be using. Sorry, I was just looking at this. So it seems to be. What is it? Oh, if your connector input has OR1 on the top left. No, it still doesn't say. The reason we're connecting itself to itself is because since we're only driving a single module here, we don't really need that. We can therefore use jumper wires between input connector PI and output connector P0 or P out to chain all the shift registers together and create one big shift register. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, so we'll try this out, and if it, so Michael is right, there's 2 different types of connections here. So there's one for if OR1 is up the top left, and then there's one for if OR0 is up the top left, but I have no pin markings on mine, so I can't tell. So what can I do? I can just try it out and see does it work, and if it doesn't work I'll try the other way. So it's the joys of live streams. Okay, cool, so that's it wired up. Well, let's just double check here. Ask plus me. Okay, so we have connected to G1, which is this green, and all the way over to this one we have R2, which is right. But this is a black and white photo though, Michael. It's not, for some reason, I don't know, someone's taking a classy photo, or it looks black and white to me anyways, so I'm not sure if we can trust that. So the first one is wired in fine. Now let's go by this R2. R2 is blue, and it's connected to R1. Okay, yep, that's fine. G1 is this green color, and it's connected to R2. Yep, happy with that. G2 is yellow, and it's connected to G1. Yeah, that looks good. B1 is orange, and yeah, I'm not doing a great job of showing you. So B1 is orange, and it's connected to G2, which is correct. And then B2 is this red color, and it's connected to B1, which is correct. Okay, that much done. Okay, now we have to wire up the actual ESP8266. So the first one is D0 is going to STB LAT. Do you know what actually might help here? If I get a page, oh, do you know what? I'll just print out this section. Can I print selection? I don't think that's an option. Pages. Change it to portrait. Let's see, do I just happen to fit it in? Oh yeah, it's perfect. Okay, it's gonna print this picture as well. I know you're not seeing what I'm seeing, but that's fine. And I only want to print page 3. This will help. My super loud old Dell printer now. It's a network one, so it's nice in some ways. Like, it's a laser printer, so you know it's pretty good quality. It just prints black and white, but it's a little slow to start up, but that's fine. So while that's waiting to print out, we can probably not say anything now because it's so loud. It would have helped if I printed it out bigger, but anyways. Oh yes, it's not great for old white balance, but hopefully that helps a little bit. Yeah, it'll do. Okay, you can't hear it, cool, because it's over there and my microphone's there, so that's fine. Nice smell of toner. Let's use some more long wires. So the next one on our list here is this STB lat. I'll connect these individually, I guess. Could be. Doesn't look like there's anything underneath it, but I'm not sure. Voiding my warranty here. Nah, there's nothing under there. Good suggestion though. Okay, so we're going to connect to pin 0, or D0, Okay. Is D0 not on this? It doesn't look like it is. It goes 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 9. Maybe it's 9? There is no 9 on a Wemos. So I'm just gonna check D0 off this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is. It's pin 9, even though there is no pin 9. Okay, so I'm gonna just connect that in up there. Now I need to find. Oh yeah, the picture that I folded over was the one I was using for. I won't be able to fit it all on screen anyway, so I'm just gonna keep looking at the one on my monitor. So this is connected to latch, which is the second right one here. Okay, and so the next guy on our list here is D1, which is the next one along here, is connected to A, which is the fourth one up on the left. Okay. Okay, what else do we got? We got D2 is connected to B. D2 is connected to B, which is the fourth one on the right. Yep. D8. I don't know what the difference is between these or S's and. Oh, I don't have. No, I have a C. But I don't have a D and an E. So I'm guessing. Hey, so yeah, boo. We are making a. What are we making? We're trying to hook up this LED panel to an ESP8266. So if you look at here, it looks something like that. Yeah, so we're trying to hook that up at the moment. Just doing a bit of wiring. Yeah. Okay, so we have a C, so let's hook that up. C is connected to D8, which is this guy here. Hey, thanks for the follow, Papa2. Yeah, I should probably switch to my speakers rather than my headphones. So if somebody follows Soya Boo, thanks for the follow. If somebody follows, I might actually hear it if I've got my speakers on. Okay, so C is D8, so I have D8 plugged in, and now I'm going to plug into C, which is the third up from on the left here. It's getting a little bit harder to plug these in. That's because the other ones are in the way of them, but that should be okay. Okay, I probably don't need those other two. Now, POE, so I guess that's the bottom left one. POE is connected to D4. So 4 is connected to the bottom left one. I might connect up clock first, which is D5. I won't use black, just because it'll make it harder to kind of already have a red wire with a brighter red wire. So D5 is connected to clock, which is the second one up, and then what was it? D4 is connected to this POE, which seems to be this one here, the bottom left one. If I can plug it in. Okay, that's in. Or S could mean rows. Yeah, I think you're right. Because I only have 32. I have 32 rows. Oh, maybe I have an E. But I don't know where E is because I don't have a pinout. This guy has a pinout over here. Maybe I didn't dig underneath the sticker enough. Nah, there's definitely nothing under there. Where is the E? Sense resistor for limiting. Maybe the Amazon thing has a pinout. That would be nice. I don't imagine it does. There's no customer reviews. 3mm. It's a P3 LED panel. Maybe the pictures have a pinout. They do not. They're exactly the same as the ones I have. Oh, ain't that fun? So yeah, if it is 32 rows, I should have a 32 row. So, or it is like I have a 32 row one, so I should have an E. Let's see here. Looking at Google, it looks very like the Adafruit panel. So we could just copy that. I probably don't need to zoom in on a picture for Adafruit. I'm sure they have a perfectly good document for it. Let me show you what I'm seeing. Power connections. Vertical arrows are not a consistent indicator locating input. Yeah, that's fine. So D is that one, if that's the one I'm using. So, well, variant A. Yeah. Yeah, thanks to everybody watching. Appreciate it, especially when I'm just trying to figure stuff out. When you're live streaming, like, I always feel like it's moments like this, you're like, oh god, under pressure. Okay, so I was using this as a guide. So it seems like D would be here if I have a D. So I guess I can just use the multimeter to check, is that grounded? Because it shouldn't be if that's where D is. But at the same time, it's D on that side for both of them. Variant B. Only the labels are different. Yeah, D, just replace one ground. Yes, and D is not ground on mine. Okay, cool. So let's test that out. So task in me. So nice reflection of my lights. Okay, so the bottom. Okay. Okay, so that's where D is, anyways, because that did not beep for me. So let's go back to my wiring here. So, but I should have an. Should I have an E? Only for 32 rows. Do they come in like 64 by 64? Is that a typo? They do. That might be a mistake. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, between all of us, we'll get it going. So let's. I guess where else could E be? It'd have to be another one of the pins that's grounded, right? So. Okay, so that's plugged into what D should be, and that's into D6. D6, okay. Just one wire, well, two, because I want to connect to ground as well, just so they have a common ground. Use a blue wire next. D7 should be connected to R1. Just that one down there. R1 is the top left guy here. Okay. And we'll connect that to D7. Is in here. Okay, that's not in, isn't it? It looked like it was in, but it didn't go down as far as the rest of them. So, oh, it's a taller DuPont cable. That's unusual. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. Now you won't be able to order the exact same panel as me, Greg, just because I don't think you'll be ordering from Amazon UK, but I guess it'll be similar. A to E will be the 6 shift register, so if you're connected wrong, you'll just get some blank rows. Yeah, that sounds good. I suppose I probably could have looked to see how many shift registers I have. I guess that there were those. If you wait 1 second there, I want to try something and possibly break everything. I have a superly good macro cam that I can try plug in, and we can look at these chips. You might recognize the camera from the post bag. It's not actually one from the post bag. It's one I had already. Setting up device as a video camera. That Xbox cam. Yep. Yeah, this is one I've had for a while, so that device is ready to go. So let's see if I can add it to OBS on the fly. We're doing it real here. Video capture device. Macro cam, we'll call it. And it's called video camera. No, default. Resolution, custom. What did I say it was? 640 by 480. Yeah, perfect. Okay, look what we got here. Yeah, it's okay. No. light might be our bigger issue rather than its quality. So this has if you ignore the blob up in the top left, I bought like a set of macro lenses, or set of lenses for you know, that you connect to the back of a phone. It like clips on, but I just have a blue tacked onto the lens of this thing, and it actually doesn't work too bad as a macro cam. I will have to pimp it up with some LEDs, but yeah, I guess that's not going to work out today anyways, but for next time I have it registered now with OBS. We nearly have it. It is it's adjustable focus, but it's manual adjustable focus. Like, I'm literally spinning a wheel there. So, oh, it's so close. You can almost read that out. We'll get it again. But yeah, it's kind of a nice little add-on. Yeah, they're terrible resolution though. But we'll just throw it there. Yeah, I think it can be good. Like, as in, yeah, that was €2 delivered. I had it was upside down. Well, okay, we'll try one more and we'll turn up the lights. Oops, the other way. No. By popular demand, we're going for macro cam. Like, I actually think that's pretty good quality. Like, it might be too bright now. I'm casting a shadow on it. Oh, so close. Where's this shadow coming from? SM5168P. SM5168P. Did I call you popular? Yes, I did. Let's turn down the lights. What did I say that was? SM151P. That's fine. SM5168P. Is that a shift register? Because there's 4 of them on the board. So I'm gonna presume they're the shift registers. Yeah, it's okay. Like, for like, that's literally, if you bought one of those cameras for €2, those lenses are like another $1 off AliExpress, and yeah, it's okay. Better than nothing. Yeah, but I need a light on it. So that'll be the next mod for that thing. So okay. This isn't wired up. Let's hook up black, our ground though, just so that they're sharing a common ground. Right, so that's it hooked up. Q-band drive power chip. So it's not a shift register. There goes that idea. I see 3 other chips, V1, V2, V3. So maybe I only have 3 shift registers. I don't know, it definitely didn't register as ground. I'm kind of worried about that now. I'm going to try it one more time. That's a translation. Alright, so maybe it is shift register. I'm going to just check that E pin one last time, because I'm a little bit nervous, because it doesn't matter if the rest of them are connected up wrong, but if one is a power pin, then that would be a problem. Okay, so definitely no connection there, but if I go 1 up or 2 up, did I go too far up? It's ground. That is the other one that's labeled ground. And that'd be this one. Oh, that's interesting. So maybe I do have an E, because the one... No E pin, it's a 16S. Mine is a 64 by 32. Is it not? Yeah, mine is a 64 by 32, which we thought was a... meant row, like 16S was the amount of rows it had. But I definitely have I definitely seem to have if you look at that ground pin above B, if you look at that ground pin above B, hey Dave as well, welcome. So that's, oh, it would help immensely if I showed you what I was doing. So this is ground, me touching ground, the bottom right here. So this is the one on the screen that is below B. That's B. That's the one above B. And that's also not registering as ground. But if I go to like the top one up here, oh, I'm covered the top one. Sorry, this one up here. So I think G is, or E is also there. So I guess let's hook it up and hope for the best. I'm nervous though. It has two parts. You also have 2 by RGB. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Melmot, and welcome as well. So E is D3. This is an adventure that we're all going on together. I can't fit this wire. DuPont cable down. Okay. Let's just keep you there. Plug this one in. Hope that I kept you all in the right order. And plug it in. And the answer, come on. Separate input for colors. Input connections, R1, R2, G, R. I didn't even think about that, yeah. So 2 by 16 rows. With separate input for the colors. Huh, I didn't even think of what or ones and stuff were. Okay, let me just double check the middle wire there. So I think that is D1 should be connected to A, and it still is. And this gray one should be B, and it's connected to B2. Okay, it's still good. And I think another one that's going to be hard to fit in. Let's go to disk. For me, I need to fit this guy in there. Come on. Come on, get in. I think soldering something to this might be the way to go. Like what my original plan was might be like you'd still need to connect other wires out to this one, but I'm not getting any purchase on this. This guy might be leaning in a bit too much. I'm sorry, I know you can't see anything at the moment, but I'm just trying to get this done. Why won't you slot in? Is it a bad DuPont? I'll blame a bad DuPont anyways. Okay, I feel it's... Oh! There! We're in. I'll have to fight with that a little bit more than I would have liked. Okay. I think that's us connected up. Now we need to connect up power. I think I might actually need to do a tiny bit of soldering for this. Just 1 second. I'll turn off me for a second. So, how much current can I put through crocodile wires? Presumably, this would be too much for it. 6 amps seems like it would be a lot to put through crocodile clips or crocodile wires. What are people thinking? See, the other thing that I have is I have a barrel jack. Oops, I have to be careful to not press any buttons on my keyboard. I have a barrel jack. I can plug in one of these gentlemen, but I can't connect these to them. I guess I could do that. It's kind of dodge though. Like, what I was actually thinking about doing was yeah, crocodile wires could be fine for testing. What I was thinking about doing is, like, they actually are a pretty good fit for slotting into 2 of these, and I could connect up this to a little breadboard then. That might actually just be the best. Sure, I'd be done in like 5 minutes ish. Be a more secure connection than crocodile wires. Yeah, let's just do it that way. Unless I get any other suggestions. Oops, wrong one. Dave, on your lazy Sunday, which I watched today, TS100, you should go for it. I really like mine. The one thing that I don't like about it is the wire is like it is like a laptop wire, so it's kind of bulky to sort of move around, and it even has that, like, I don't know, is that a noise filter thing, which I could probably do without, but yeah, I just like how small it is, and I can put it away, and it's just neat in that regard. And I also really like how fast it heats up, and I like the fact that it turns off. But I think you were saying yours turned off as well. So I'm going to just get a scrap piece of perf board. I'll have a little scrap piece here. So maybe that's too scrappy of a piece. That'll be fine. So I'll put one there. Where did I put my little blue things? So I'll put one here, and I'll put the other one here. Not that I have much options on that. Yeah, it's just a standard. I think it's just a standard 2.1 millimeter, or is it 2.4 jack? Like, so you could hook one up. Yeah. It that is my biggest complaint with it, for sure. It's pretty flexible to its input as well. Like, it takes between no, I watched it all. I did. It was a marathon. Fair play to you for being able to narrate for 50 minutes. I know I'm kind of doing that in a live stream too, but yeah, no, that was serious. It looked cool as well. Oh, my mic is a bit far away from me. Yeah, so everybody should check that video out. It'd help if I plug these in the right way. Yeah, Dave, feel free to post a link to it. I'm pretty sure there's nobody who's on my channel that doesn't know about your channel now, but do post away. Okay, it's nice and snug. I guess I just solder them in and then solder a wire in between them, I guess. Okay. Jeez. Let's grab a little bit of blue tack. Well, they're not going anywhere, so I don't need to be too worried about them. Stranded wire. I'll go with my solid core. Yeah. Thank you. It's not Leo. Ain't nobody got time for that. I think when I had watched it this morning, there was like 1,000 people had watched it, I think. And it only released yesterday, right? And it's 50 minutes long, so that's pretty good going, I'd say. The stupid thing doesn't strip that black wire. Oh, well. It strips it enough that we can finish it off. Yeah, I bought a big set of different 3mm LEDs before. I have a few different colors. I'm sure you can probably pick them up anywhere, Dave, but if you need a particular color, I might have it, so just let me know. And pop it in an envelope or whatever. Oh, I probably didn't strip this long enough, did I? Just about. Literally just about. Yeah, let's see if it is the same with the red one. I could move it one closer, actually. Sorry, I'm doing stuff. Yeah, actually, thanks, Multimeter. I got that off Adafruit. I actually got it to do a learning guide for them, and I still haven't done the learning guide. I feel pretty bad about it. They sent me all the stuff to do the project, not just wire. But yeah, I really need to get to that at some stage. I feel we didn't get a good enough review of the biscuits though. I wanted to live my life through you. I'm not eating anything bad at the moment, and I thought they looked pretty good, but we didn't get a good enough review, I thought. I am going to bridge the two connectors, I think. I guess it doesn't really matter, but it would be a better connection if I did, so I may as well bridge the two of them. Yeah. Let's get me some solder. Nice and shiny. Man, move somewhere where you're not blinding everybody. Which one's blinding you? This one? Yeah, they looked like they were pretty good now, to be honest. Okay, I'll just tin up this wire a bit. I didn't actually leave a comment on the video, but I meant to say, like, around the 13-minute mark, I thought you were losing your mind from the solder fumes or something. I can't remember exactly what you said or did, but I was like, okay, Dave's lost it, he's gone crazy. It's a nice big blob of solder here. Will I be... I don't know. I'll probably make things worse by trying to bridge it over to the other one. Solder it down, anyways. Let's just throw a big blob of solder. Okay, there is a lovely big blob of solder. Should be good. It seemed to flow pretty well there, so I'm not too worried about it being cold or anything. Or a cold solder joint. I'm gonna turn up the temperature a tiny bit though. Just when we're doing this big solder joint. A little bit of extra temperature won't hurt. Move to some more solder though. Okay, that looks fine. Looks fine. Was anybody working on any cool projects over the weekend other than Dave building, what is it, a VFD display? When I first saw the picture I thought it was a Nixie tube, but you clarified that in the video that it wasn't, that it just looked like one. Okay. Can you tell us what the learning guide was for? Oh yeah, sure. I wonder, does it work still? 1 second. I won't just tell you, I'll show you. I dropped something. Just need to be careful to not light anything on fire. Does that look like a map with LEDs embedded into it? Hopefully it does. No, where's my micro USB cable? I have no idea if this is set up to connect to my Wi-Fi. So it is Wemos, 7-segment display, some NeoPixels, and this is actually one of my favorite projects. Doesn't look like the 7-segment display is working though. Oh, yeah, I actually I reprogrammed this to play around with this twinkle animation, but what it's for is there's 3 different routes here. From this is where I work to here's where some of my friends lived, and it was for one of them, but he moved to Australia. Jerk. So what it would do is it checks the live travel time, but for Google Maps. It checks the live travel time for Google Maps to see which of the 3 routes was the fastest. So this is one route here. This is another straight down, and then another is down kind of a side road. Yep. So it was pretty nice. The same kind of project got written up in Make magazine, and there's really detailed instructables on it, which I'll link to. It was for Adafruit. I showed it on their show and tell, and yeah, he moved to Melbourne and everything. I think there's something in the water down there that breeds jerks. I don't know, obviously I'm joking. Yeah, I'd say that this is the project that I'm most proud of. That's why I have absolutely no problem talking about it. Make magazine, NeoPixel traffic. Yeah, the thing for Make magazine has a pretty interesting story behind it. Number one, like if you look at Make magazine, it makes it seem like I wrote it. I did not write it. I wrote the code for it, and that was all I wrote. There was actually an intern at Make who wrote it. When they were doing it, I was kind of like, I hope they give me a mention, like just like, oh, thanks to Brian for, helping out or whatever. But then I felt bad for I didn't mention that to them or anything. Then I felt bad for the intern because he did all the work on it, and he didn't he didn't get the credit for it at all. So he was an intern called Luke. I'm sure you're not watching, Luke, but good job on it. But what happened with that was I released the video on the Google Maps API back like last March, and Mike from Make magazine, I can't think of his second name, but I think he's the editor of Make magazine. I want to say like Chesney, but it's not the fella who is the Hackaday Mike, which I feel like I'm getting his name confused with. So that's a pretty decent connection there. Won't cause any problems, I feel. Yeah, he emailed me and was like, oh, I've got this picture of San Francisco Bridge, not the Golden Gate Bridge, the Bay Bridge. It's a canvas and it has LEDs in it, and I was wondering, could we use your library to get like the live traffic times that are going across the bridge, and light up the LEDs differently based on the traffic. And I was like, yeah, that'd be possible. Yeah, cool. And I think we talked a little bit I said, yeah, I'll do whatever you want me to do with that. It'll be an interesting project. And it kind of fell off then. Nothing was done about it. I think I did up a diagram for him and wrote some code, but it wasn't using NeoPixels. It was using Blueprint 3D. What are you talking about? Which? One is input and the other arrow is jump to a second panel. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Blueprint 3D. Is it on this thing? I have, like, one was the input, which was there on the left, and then that was the output. Is that what you mean? Yeah, so I had sent him the thing anyways, and never heard anything back. I was like, oh, well, that's... Yeah, do you not think I have it wired up properly? I think I do. Like, that's the output one, judging by the arrows, right? Excuse me. It is normally for Daisy Chen, Greg, but I think they're doing some magic to use all the frame buffer, or is it shift registers? I don't know. I can't even remember. Yeah, so I think we're good with the connectors. Got that a little short, but anyways, I'll do. Okay, so pretty simple here. I've got the two ones connected in here. They shouldn't go anywhere, hopefully. And then I've got them connected into this thing, so now I can plug in my 5V 8A power supply. Should be pretty safe, and then we can plug that into here. Let's do that now. Right, so that's that plugged in. I don't know, I suppose just leave that one hanging around there, having the crack. I guess I need to program up a board, right? I'll program up my board. That's the next thing. This is it here. Did I check polarity? Of which? Like, there is markings here saying VCC, and you can clearly see the red ones are hooked together. There is on these things here, you can see a little plus icon. That's for the plus one, and minus for the negative. So we should be good. But I guess you're right. Let's not put myself on twitchfails.com, and let's double check. Just plug out the soldering iron. I'm hopefully done with it. Yeah, we can add a current meter in the power line. Yeah, my the power supply is center positive. Okay, so I haven't. I know I don't have you on screen there. I'm just checking the outer ring. Oops. So that's the negative, and then the center. Yeah, my my power supply is center positive. All right, I've used it this is the power supply I used with the LED matrix. Let's move this over so the outer ring is minus and centering is positive, but good suggestion. So we don't melt anything. Okay, so let's power up stuff. Okay. I need to install this library. Screen share plus me. Let's get rid of my desk. So it doesn't have any releases, so it's probably not available on the Arduino library manager. So I'm just going to download the zip, and then in the Arduino IDE, excuse me, go to sketch, include library, oh excuse me, add zip. That's stuff that doesn't get put into videos, me with the hiccups. And this was, what's this library called? PX matrix. PX matrix master zip. It looks like it has dependencies on the Adafruit GFX library, so I might need to install that. That is available through the library manager now. So let's go into file. Okay, I've got the ESP32 selected at the moment, so let's move to Node MCU V1, and let's go to examples, scroll down here to PX matrix. Pattern test, I guess, would be a good one to use. I'm definitely going to need a Adafruit library, so let's get that. I haven't powered it up yet. I just have power, like I've powered up the ESP8266, so there's still time for Magic Smoke. I'm kind of nervous about it, but let's see how it goes. Oh, I dropped a few frames there. Oops. Well, not that I can do a whole lot about that, but what is it? Adafruit GFX display ticker. Okay, so that's that installed. Okay, let's upload this to my board. Tools, port, COM4, upload. I can add the current meter into this pretty easily. It's because it's written in Java, Dave. As far as I know, Java is notoriously CPU intensive for what it is. So basically, like, what I could do is I could use a couple more of these guys. So like plug the power supply into this guy, put a regular wire between the two negative terminals, and put my multimeter between the two positive terminals, and then plug that into there so we can measure the current. Let's get it working first. Okay, so that's it. Done uploading. Okay, what do we think? Let's get a bit of blue tack going here. Just sticking it to paper and then lifting the paper. Let's throw that paper away. I really need more blue tack on my desk, which I didn't think I'd say too often, but here we are. Okay, it seems to be holding itself up. classic watts. It's a bodge list if I've ever seen one. Okay, so how are we all feeling about this? Yeah, can't use it unless you have 8 terabytes of RAM. I'd need to plug in a lot of electrical, or cover it with a lot of electrical insulating tape to I did common the ground. I disconnected another one into here, so it should be fine. Yeah, fingers crossed. It's not doing a whole lot, but maybe if I reset it. Ooh, I saw a little flicker there. Oh, my board's resetting by the looks of things. That's interesting. So my board is resetting. Huh. Smell test. No, nothing's on fire here. I know that for sure. But my board is boot looping. Sometimes, yeah, there's some reserved pins for the ESP8266 that, like, if they're pulled high or low on boot up, that causes issues. So I guess if we look at his troubleshooting step, run the P10 pattern test. That's the one I ran, right? Pattern test. And check, is the scanning appearing okay? Ooh, I might have a different scanning pattern. Yeah, the ESP without the display seemed to be working okay. Maybe it's not. No, it's still boot looping. So you see that nothing is shorted and pulls down your ESP. Okay, so the easiest way for me to try the ESP without the display would be to just lift the ESP out of this voltage test. Probably should test. I guess really it must be a connection thing rather than voltage, because if the voltage just wasn't right, it would just not work. Not enough power. It's a pretty hefty power supply, so, and also the ESP8266 shouldn't be boot looping because of it. Like, if there wasn't enough power, you know, it's not powering the ESP8266, so. Oh, it's boot looping in this too. That's interesting. Is my board goosed? Is there something wrong with the library? Display test pattern. I don't see anything for me to do in the code. Let me try upload this to a different board. Hey Sil, how's it going? Yeah, maybe just try reprogram it. That's probably a good idea. You're just in time, Sil, to tell us how to fix this. It's boot looping, alright. I don't normally program using Node MCU 1.0 module. Maybe that's some of the problem. I have another one of these as well, so that would save us some time with the wiring. If I just tried another one of these boards. Never. Come on. I'm uploading at 11.5200. Rookie mistake. It's no longer boot looping? No, still boot looping. Let's actually... But I'm not even getting a stack trace. So maybe this board is faulty. Okay. Let's grab another one. I presume the original WoW was World of Warcraft, or World of Warcraft. Did I... Ooh. My display is wrong, but that shouldn't cause the ESP to crash, right? When it's not plugged in at all. Okay, let's try plug it in. Yeah, my display is set wrong. It should be 6432. And my display begin is 8. And mine should be 16 mic, is it? I should probably read a little bit more. Could you upload, please? This is updating. Yeah, so it looks like my display should be 6432. What does the begin 8 mean? And why should it be 16? But I will change it to that as soon as this is finished uploading. Don't see the light blinking. Watchdog reset. Yeah, maybe it is just that I don't have it. Okay, so let's try plug it in correctly. So right, my display is a 6432, and this should be display 16 rows. Do I not have 32 rows though? I don't know. Or is it 16 and it's multiplexed? Thanks for the follow, whoever that was. Sorry, I just caught the end of somebody. Hey Zulu Bailey, how's it going? I think I might need to go back and read this again. So, like, the other thing as well is it could be the wrong. It's a good idea to increase your frequency to 160 megahertz. It's not causing that kind of a problem. Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, I don't know what's causing the boot loop either. Like, normally if I had a stack trace I could like find out. I suppose it's giving me back an error code. I could see what that is either. Okay, let's just plug it in and program it with our new settings. Like, maybe the library is doing something like, hey, if I don't get a response back, but like it's not two-way communication, right? It's just one, so I don't see what the problem could be like that. Would you get in? We all should have just used Sion's library in the particle, wasn't it? This would be a nicer matrix if it worked. We'll get it though. Maybe mightn't be tonight, but we'll definitely get it at some stage. Get rid of this jumper pin to the motor driver. Read the link halfway down the page. Solid drop.net. Let me click that link. So mine is 64 by 32. Which is the link? Want me to look at more SMD type. So this, the 8 must be the scan mode or whatever, I guess. Right, I have a 64 by 32. Mine is a P3 64 by 32. This one. The wire connection. This here, is it? Oh, sorry, I'm blocking it. Logitech task. Yeah, I'm trying to follow the one in the library. So like I'm going in on the input, and like I know I've some jumped across, but that's what the library is suggesting to do. Now, does anyone have any like issues like, hey, which one am I in, or which one am I? The HC one. Yeah, they're not what I have. No, like it is this type of one, but maybe it's not that. But anyways, it shouldn't be crashing my board to have it programmed, I would feel. We'll start looking up the reset mode now. What's the other example? Pixel time seems more. I wish. So 64 by 32. PLAT is down as 16. Where is my... I threw this away. So PLAT is down as 16, which is D1. I guess I need to look at the code for the library because I'm not defining an E. Maybe that's the problem, that I'm not setting something as an output because I'm not defining it. No, like these ones here, you know, just have the single panel. So I think it should be okay. I just want to look in the... Oh, he's more docs, does he? Let's take a look at that. pxmatrix.h. So I'd imagine he's got several inputs. And I've connected up a D and an E, so I need to pass them in as well. So let's try that. Yeah, I'd be... I really want to get that working. P, E, and P, D. I'm gonna leave it like this so people with OCD can give out to me. So D is 12 and E is 0. We'll get that birdie gif at some stage. PD. I don't think that this is the problem. I don't know. So this was a pretty good link that Blueprint sent on. Like 16S is scan, is it? Okay, so it's only this 32 scan. So I guess I can disconnect E. And E is what? D3. So let's plug out D3. Okay, D3 plugged out. Okay, Mike, that's good enough for me. D3 is now plugged out. So let's not pass that in anymore. Oh, sorry, P3 is what I have, yeah. Yep, let's, I hate that. Let's try this. Let's try this. The board plugged out. Let's plug that back in. Just on the off chance that it works, I better show ye. Programming failed. Didn't receive response. Let's try again. Ooh, I saw a big flash there. I didn't see any steps to, or like if your board is restarting, do this. But you can see the board is flashing at times there, so power and stuff is obviously okay. I don't think it likes being... Yeah. I don't think it likes being... But... Something's alive on it anyways. But, like, I'm pretty certain it's required for the library though, Blueprint, that the things are bridged. This is still not uploading. Let's upload it without I have it wired up exactly as they tell me to wire it up. I'm also going to switch to Wemos D1 Mini. Is there any gold in this mic? Hoping so. Jumper wires. I didn't really buy you one, so you could tell me how to get it working. So that program okay? Or is my Arduino IDE completely messed up? Seem to fail to program this, did it? All grounds should be connected. Yeah, and that uploaded that time. I don't see it. No, it's definitely still restarting. Okay, so boot mode 1.7. Reset cause I'm getting 2s and 4s. I've tried 2 different ones. I can try an ESP8266, but yeah, let me try a D1 Mini. Let me try a D1 Mini. They should be pretty much the same, but I'm willing to try. Stood up for no reason. That was right beside me. Okay. Pick pattern test. Right, so this is me trying it on Wemos D1 Mini. While that's doing its thing, let's go back to the library. See, is there any more nuggets of information in it? Does it have a wiki? No, it does not. So if I was to switch this around, what needs to be changed? The latch needs to be somewhere else. Yeah, but sure, it doesn't matter. It's not. It's resetting before we even get there. Okay, to that flash. Okay, pattern test done uploading. Also, boot looping. Watchdog reset. It's a reset code 17. Somebody say what that is? That's not helpful. It's reset cause it happens 2 and 17. Problems caused by not enough power. Okay. I can't see that being a problem. I can try a different USB cable. That's the one I always use, so I don't think that's the issue. I can try though. I'm not even sure if this one programs, but yeah, but I'm not even yeah, I'm running, this is PC USB, so it should be okay. This is also resetting. One is hardware watchdog, 2 is software. So maybe there's a bug in the library. Has it been updated recently? Oops. Yeah, that's not a lot of help to me. PX matrix. 2 days ago it was updated. Could have broken it. What happened to display.begin? This display is it? I didn't do anything with that. This is the example exactly as it is. If we look at the commits, so what did they add in here? Millis, animated picture frame, nothing there. Animated picture. It's just to the readmes, but some of the other things look like they were updated 2 days ago. Yeah, here. Display test pattern. Could be an issue. Not sure. Causing the watchdog to reset if it was is missing from line 25. How do I see line numbers? Huh. Thanks, Dev. So you think there should just be a display that begin here, is it? Display that begin? It's weird that the example doesn't have it. After the serial begin, okay. Yeah, that could be the problem. Does the other example have a display begin? Pixel time. It does, yeah. Did I get rid of that? When did I get rid of that? It was before it was crashing though, right? Because that could cause a problem. For sure. Still resetting. Why aren't I getting exceptions though? Tree 6, tree 6. I guess I could just try the other code in this pixel time one. Yeah, well, first let's make sure that I'm working. Where am I? ESP8266 blink. Let's get back to basics. So pixel time. Oops. It's the error message where it seems to quit out and reset. Okay, let me put it back on the board and we'll see what we're getting. So it's 64 by 32. I've got a D which I need to move across to this pixel time. My colors, whatever. Display. Change this to 16. Okay, I'm not worried about that one. Yeah, Gavin E. That I thought that might be a problem, but when the board is not connected to anything anymore, I would expect it to run fine. I'm pretty confused though. Is that not? No, it's resetting as well. Same as before. Might just have to open a GitHub issue. Hey you. Your board isn't working too great. Or your thing isn't working too great. I guess they recommend bumping up to 160 megahertz. I can't see that making a difference in terms of it crashing, but we can do that. Yeah, you'd think so. I wonder, is it expecting a certain version of ESP8266? There's only one closed display for... Feed the watchdog before calling display. Yeah, I was able to upload Blink fine. I've used a few different boards at this stage and I was able to... Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to open a GitHub issue. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to open an issue. Examples. So, is this guy... Is there two different... There's two different libraries. One is PX Matrix, which is... support all different... Yeah. I guess it's... maybe it's just in development and... there's something wrong with it? This was last edited 20 days ago. This was deprecated. Well, I'm probably using the wrong... because this do seem to judge it by black PCB and white PCB, or green PCB. But that shouldn't make a difference to it not running. Let me install this thing. I don't understand why there's two different ones, but let me install this one and see, does it... like, regardless of what board I have, or what display I've connected to it, it should run. So let's see if it runs. So file, tools. I'm gonna have to go to bed pretty soon, so I'll have to pick this up some other time. Where are my documents? Recent items, downloads, P10 matrix master. examples now. P10. Yes. Yes. Let's get rid of this one. Tell him to hurry up. I'm only joking. There's a lot of people on a stream trying to figure out what's going wrong. Okay. Let's try upload this one. The P10 pattern test. Like, it's crashing so fast that it's not a watchdog delay thing, you know, and like the watch, if you don't feed the watchdog within 2 seconds, it gives up, like. Nope. Maybe it does. Maybe it is expecting something back. Is it? Is it anyway possible that it could expect something back? I feel like I have to be doing something wrong. Serial.print. Then begin. See where we go with these. I don't want to save. So used to pressing Control S. Yeah, Sion, or the Unexpected Maker, had to pretty much write his own library, I think, for the particle, because the only one he could find was the maybe if I had the right baud rate set, it would be printing out messages. Ah, I'm getting exceptions now. That probably would have helped a lot. Okay, so it's getting down loads of the way. Display ticker, attach. ESP exception decoder. Okay, stop auto scrolling. No, stop. Let's copy across my stack. There's a problem with the Adafruit library. Adafruit GFX. Interesting. Do you need to use a special version of this library to get it working? I don't see a push for ESP8266. Let's see if I can add that to my library, or my Adafruit library. Arduino libraries, Adafruit GFX .h, open with Atom. So it seems to be the Adafruit library that's causing it to crash. At least it's when the write happens on the Adafruit library is where it is crashing. So I'm going to assume, and it's him, it's causing the issue. No, it has. So the error is on the right of the Adafruit library, CPP874. I'm sure there's a way to go to a certain line. Not sure what it is. Okay. If font is not set to whatever. That's interesting, Mike. Did you have to install the Adafruit library there? Sure, yeah, I don't know if... Does he say which one he uses? I don't think he does. He just says that it's compatible with it. PX Matrix library. The driver is Adafruit GFX compatible. Does he say anything more about that? GFX. No, it doesn't seem to be. It's a problem with the Adafruit. Well, it's like the watchdog would need to be gone for a couple of seconds before like a delay would cause an issue. So I'm not sure what is wrong. Manage libraries. What version of ESP8266 core do you use, Mike? 2.4? Yeah, I've 123 of that as well. Tools, board manager. I don't want to download the platform index. Oh, I've release candidate of ESP. That's interesting. I thought I had the actual released one. That could be what's wrong. Huh. One, 6. You must have fired in 1.6. In the boards manager. Let's see. Downloads. Manager. Okay. I have a version of the Arduino IDE with the released version of 2.4 installed. Oops. So let's open up a new one here. Guess there's passwords in that thing. Preference. I don't know what I have yet before 18. No, it seems massive. It'll be fine. Let's manage libraries. This could be the issue. That there could have been a bug in the release candidate version that I was using. Oopsies. 2. What am I searching for? Adafruit GFX. Okay, let's install that. So you can install temporary version, or not temporary, portable versions of the Arduino IDE. Yeah, you're on 2.41. Yeah, you see, I was only on 2.4 release candidate, which is old. Yeah, so you can install portable versions of the Arduino IDE, and I use it to install different versions of ESP core. Excuse me. Because I kind of need to be supporting, like for my libraries, I need to be supporting the different versions, or at least as best I can. Like I need to be installing the release candidates to see, hey, when they release 2.4, are they going to break my libraries, basically. And that actually was the case with a few of them. The CoinMarketCap one didn't work on 2.4 release candidate until they updated it, so yeah. I think that this is going to be the problem. That's what I feel, anyways. Let's just probably need to save this one as I don't know. Save it anywhere. Documents. Matrix panel test. Oh, sugar. Where did that go? Matrix panel test. Matrix panel. Oops. It's gonna create another folder inside that now. Call matrix panel. That's okay. I guarantee you that this was the problem. Although I might even need to upgrade to 2.41. Oh, I don't have the correct COM port selected. No. Switch to 4 while it's still compiling. Great, I'm filled with determination anyways. No, I'm not. I'm gonna go to bed soon. Thanks for all the help, guys. People looking up stuff and troubleshooting. I think it just didn't like the fact that I changed out the board on the fly. This is gonna be a real team effort when it does work. If I can program my board. Why is there so many options? Let's change the node MCU. Set there. I even have it set to 115200. Failed to open COM port 4. I'm gonna switch back to the other cable. I know it's better than this one. Let's just trying that one while we were doing some troubleshooting. Just double check. It sees COM port 4. It does upload. It's uploading this time, anyways. Oh, 115200 is so slow. %. Guys, look at this. No resetting. Woo! I'm giddy. For the 20 people who are on, let's see, does this work? I'm gonna switch us to I'm gonna switch us to the big camera. Okay. Moment of truth. So let's plug in the display first. Okay. Hey, look at this. I'm actually so happy. It doesn't seem to be working right, but I'm so happy all this like, I can't imagine that's what it's meant to do, right? Or maybe it is. Yeah, I don't think it's working right, right? That couldn't be what it's meant to look like. Now I feel like I can go to these troubleshooting steps. Oh no, that is what it's the pattern test. It's upside down, maybe. Yeah, run pattern test and scanning pattern. Okay, well, let's turn it the right way around anyways. Oh, I can't. Okay, no, we can turn it the right way around. Let's flash the other one to it. I don't get it. The example seems to have like something in it. Is it reset? Maybe. Oh, doesn't look like it. I can't see the board anymore. No, not resetting. Hey, Gary, thanks for the Mr. Destructoid 100. Is that also bits? I don't understand how it how it works, but thank you for whatever that was. Okay, so let's try the pixel time thing. So I need to use this pattern test. Go to examples, px, pixel time. I should switch these the other way around. Pixel time. That's the old one. I'm after. That would have been a disaster. I opened the other Arduino ID. Matrix panel. Yes, I want this to go in here. This is very confusing. Okay, so we need a D. Thanks for all your help, Dev. Appreciate it. Good night. I really should be going to bed too, but as I said, I'm filled with determination. This should be displayed as 16. Come on, upload. Although it mightn't upload when it's plugged into the thing. We'll see though. It's compiling. Seems like a weird test pattern, alright, but oh, that's blinding. It is actually uploading. It's funny, you don't see that on screen as much as I do. I guess while we're waiting for that, I can strip some wire to. Okay, so it's not right. So I wonder, am I one of the other? I wonder, am I one of these other panels? I could pretty easily swap them around. Yeah, I could see the same on my preview. I could see the reflection of the red down here, but it wasn't showing up here a lot of the times. It looks like it'll be nice when it does work, though. Yeah, let's plug this out, and I'll try the other wiring. It's interesting. Some of these lights are still on, even though I plugged out the main power to it. That's weird. So close. Okay, let's try the other wiring, and if that doesn't work, we'll finish up either way. So let's plug out the power wiring for the minute. Get it out of the way. Let's move you over to my desk. Okay. So, R1 is this blue one, and it goes to R0, which is this top right one that's the same. G0 is this green one, and it goes to R1, which is the same. G1 is yellow, that's the same. B0 is this orange one, and it goes to G1, which is the same. And red one here is B1, and that goes to B0, so that's the same. The bridge wires are the same for either one, which would have been nice to know before I checked, but at least I know now. Okay, so then D0, oh, sorry, latch. So this is definitely in a different position. So red, or is it? It's the second one up. What is different about these? A goes to 5. Is the location of them any different? Clock, OE, and latch. Clock, OE, and latch. And A, B, C. R0 is 13. R1 is 13. They're the same, they're just labeled differently. So that's not the issue. Is it that I need to crank it up to 160? Give it a go. I'm gonna plug in the power supply because I was afraid those LEDs being left on when it was just the ESP plugged in. I'm just gonna leave it upside down. We'll flip it around if we need to. Is there anything else that I need to do here? So I'm using 64 by 32. That should be right. Display updater, and I have display begin 16. Let's try this. Your display might have a different scanning pattern. Make sure you've selected the correct scanning pattern in the display begin. We did that. That was the 16. What is going on now? Do you know what it should look like? Every second pair of rows missing. I don't know exactly what it should look like. I think it's still uploading. It's going crazy here. Like, yeah, that should read when it comes back around again. Come back. Let's reset it to force it back. Like, that should read pixel time. So the first two rows are there. So the first two rows, then the next two rows are blank. And then the next two rows, and then the next two rows are blank. So every second row is blank. Or every second set of rows is blank. Four row steps, 8 row steps. Yeah, let's take a look in the serial monitor. What's it doing? Draw latency 7. Nothing really. Is there any chance I have an E signal? I could try it. Couldn't hurt, right? Because, like, it definitely wasn't ground like it was meant to be. Oops. What's the harm in trying? I need an E. Where did I put my E? Pattern test at E appears 0. Suppose it would help if I showed you what I was doing. Let's put this one in. Presume it's still 16s. That was the one thing that actually it did tell us on the Amazon page. What's wrong with this? Primary expression miss. Oh, we're hardcore here, Sion. It's looking better than it was like an hour ago, though. Come on, upload. It'd help if I plugged my board in. Go, little boardy. Oh, sugar, you're right, yeah. I can't really stop it. We got it all wired up, Sion. And then when we tried to run it on the board, it was not working. And then we were trying to diagnose that, and even uploading it on my board without it connected to the display was causing issues. And we were trying to diagnose that, and eventually we figured out that Mike on the chat ran it on his and it worked fine, and we figured out that I was running an old version of ESP Core. I was running release candidate 2.4 release candidate rather than release, so we're now using release, and it works a little bit, but there's lines missing from the display. The row step pattern seems to be judged by this begin. Adding an E does not seem to have helped whatsoever. Oh, I have no power going to the board. That would probably help too. Okay. Adding an E has helped a lot. I don't see the flickering, you see? Like, specifically here and stuff, you see it. I don't see them. Hey, thanks for the follow, Stram PT. Let's get this the right way around. Doesn't seem to go back to the text once it's finished. Desk plus me. Ugh, come on, reset. Oh, look at that. Well, I suppose before we finish up, we better display something we want to display on that screen. Okay, let's try this. So Mike, if you bought the same one as me now, you're yeah, it was the E line that was missing. If you bought the same one as me, you were sorted. Yeah, like I know this has been a long time, like 2.5 hours or whatever, but like realistically, this wasn't super hard to set up. It would have been nice if there was markings on the board, for sure. But okay, that was too much text. I was over ambitious, and I didn't let it stay for long enough. I don't know how I'm meant to make it stay for longer. Oh, it's part of the setup. I can just make it wait longer. this is so much fun. Waiting on a power supply. Yeah, I think I bought my power supply from China. Yeah, I actually must get another one of those. I really like the fact that it's a laptop kind of one rather than there's a little bit of bleed of lights there. You can see the green. I don't know what that's about. Because they shouldn't be lit up at all, like. Yeah, it's really bright. Okay, I am actually the way they've this set up here, you can't really see it, but it's a little bit duller to brighter going across. Yeah, E is the second ground pin going across. Let's grab that for you. E is this one. So it's A, B, E, D, and C. Which is important, I guess. Desk plus me. Yeah. Okay, let's upload one last thing. Yeah, looking forward to playing around with that now and getting, you know, using it for something interesting. Yeah, like for £20, like I actually think it's pretty good. Now it requires a very beefy power supply, but like when you consider that, you know, like this LED matrix thing is like that is $5 or $6 or something like that. Maybe it's a little bit less. You know, this is a much more impressive display, and it's RGB. That's it for making Mondays. That's it for. It's too big. But I wonder is the 2. The 2 must be the X. Text, color, magenta, clear display. I'm sure there's a way of changing other stuff, but yeah. Like the text on that is so good. To answer your question, Unexpected Maker, I don't know. The reason I just used the ESP32 was our ESP8266 just because that's what the examples on the library were saying. But he says that it wouldn't take a lot to get it to work with port to the ESP32. I didn't even look into it, to be honest. I just said I'd use their example. Yeah, like I don't see that flickering at all. Maybe a tiny bit kind of shimmery or something. It's kind of hard to tell. Number one, because I'm really tired, and number two, it's quite bright, so it's hard to like look at. Like those colors, yeah, like as Sion says, they're not like overwashed like they are on my camera. Where can I bring down? Oh, that's interesting. If I lower my exposure, that gets worse. That's weird. I wouldn't have expected that. That's very interesting. Turn down my gain. Do you see the colors better? White balance. Yeah, so like an ESP32 probably would be pretty good for it. I just pressed default on all my options on my webcam, and they're pretty messed up now. I think I might need to play around with them, but I'll do that off screen sometime to get them back to where they were. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm gonna finish up because I'm super tired. Yeah, no, that looks super nice. I'm looking forward to playing around with that some more. But yep, thanks everyone for joining. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with me for the last 3 hours, and I'll see you next time. Yeah, cool. Thank you.